What's up, YouTube? This is Big Mike. Just saw an interesting article on the website The Vertical, which says that Carmelo Anthony is reportedly willing to waive his no-trade clause for two NBA teams. Those teams being the Houston Rockets and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Of course, Anthony is good friends with Chris Paul, who is now a member of the Houston Rockets, and also he's friends with LeBron James, who's obviously a member of the Cleveland Cavaliers. But what's interesting about this is that he's willing to waive his no-trade clause to go to Houston when Anthony has had a strained relationship, to put it mildly, with their head coach, Mike D'Antoni. It apparently was a choice between the coach and the player with the Knicks, apparently, and that's the reason why D'Antoni left the Knicks in 2012, because of he just couldn't get along apparently with Carmelo Anthony. Anthony wanted to play a certain way, and the coach wanted him to play another way. And it appears to me that Anthony, this is just my opinion, and I've said this before, I think Carmelo Anthony is the most overrated player of his generation. And I also think that his inflexibility to change his style of play to fit an offense will be his undoing eventually. As he continues to decline in skills, his reputation will get worse and worse. I don't think he will, to the point where teams are not going to want this guy, and he's going to end up, I think, being out the league in about 3 or 4 seasons. That's just my opinion. Or maybe 4 or 5 seasons. But I mean, it can't just be all these coaches, man. It can't just be all these head coaches that have coached him that are saying the same thing. I know he has a problem with management to an extent, but it's a pattern. It's a pattern that has been plaguing him since he came into the league in 2003. He doesn't seem to get along with any of his head coaches, and I think it's because he wants to play. I think he's a selfish player. There was even rumors that he resented the attention Jeremy Lin was getting when Jeremy Lin had his little run with the Knicks in 2011-2012 season, I believe it was. And that's not something that a normal player who's concerned about winning is concerned about. You're concerned about the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, when that little run they were going on, they were winning. So why were you concerned about whether or not Lynn was getting media attention and you weren't? You're a fucking prima donna. That's why I don't like Carmelo Anthony. He's a fucking epitome of a prima donna. He's a prima donna fucking player. And, I don't think he helps any team. I think this would be a mistake. People talk about, they think that the combination of James Harden and Carmelo and Chris Paul is not going to work. He's got two dominant players who hold the ball dominant players, excuse me. You think that's not going to work out, but yet, surprisingly, you think that Carmelo Anthony's going to help a team when he doesn't do anything but hold the basketball and play ISO. That's the only way he scores. He doesn't play off the ball. He refuses to change his style of play. But people mysteriously think that he's going to help their team. But yet, but Chris Paul and James Harden, that's not going to work. When Chris Paul has shown, in my eyes at least, and James Harden has shown a willingness to change and adapt. Especially with Harden. He changed his game for D'Antoni's system. So why would Carmelo Anthony work? Some people, man, I don't understand what they're talking about, or their viewpoints, or whatever, but tell me what you guys think.